In the 98th and the 99th verses of Vivekachudamani of Shankaracharya, he says, Swapno bhavatyasya vibhatyavastha swamatra sheshena vibhati yatra swapne tu buddhihi swayameva jagrat kalina nana vidavasanabihi kartradi bhavam pratipadya rajyate yatra swayam bhati hi ayam paratma dhimatraka upadhihi ashesha shakshi न लिप्यते तत्कृत कर्म लेशैहि यस्मात् असंगः तत एव कर्मभिः न लिप्यते किंचित उपाधिना कृतैहि. Earlier in the 97th verse and the previous verses, Shankaracharya explained to us what is a subtle body, and now he is correlating that with different kinds of states of a person, which one undergoes. If they want to come in, they can come in. Where is the waiting inside? What are the states of consciousness of a person? What is Sushupti? So what happens in that deep sleep?
You forget yourself. You go to subconscious mind. You forget our body.
What happens in deep sleep? You never had deep sleep?
We
Never?
don't dream in the deep sleep. We don't dream in the deep sleep.
We don't dream in the deep sleep. You have some kind of sleep and afterwards you come and say that I had a good sleep, I had no dream. Like that you don't have ever.
You don't remember.
You don't remember. You feel refreshed.
Yes.
So that is called deep sleep, Sushupti. So there are three states. One is waking state. Hope all of you are awake now. So that is one state. Is it not? Waking state. Smile please. One waking state is there and another state is dream state. You dream, right? So dream state. And then another one is dreamless state, deep sleep state. So there are three states. Now there are three kinds of bodies we have according to Vedanta. One is the gross body, the physical body, the body which you see outside, and then the other body is subtle body, that is your mind, your ego, etc. And the third kind of body is causal body, which is just ignorance. So if you have to correlate, in the waking state our gross body is in action, in our dream state our subtle body is in action, and in the dreamless state, in the Sushupti Avastha or deep sleep state, our causal body is in action. That means we are having ignorance and that is why we have taken birth. So that alone, ignorance alone remains in the state of deep sleep, Sushupti. So here Shankaracharya is explaining the dream state, that is the sleeping state, and he says that in this state the subtle body takes predominance, the subtle body comes into action. So swapnaha bhavati asya. Asya means of this. Of this means here subtle body. Subtle body is mind, ego and chitta, where our impressions are stored. Whenever we do anything, that is stored in our mind. So if you eat something, it is stored in your mind, and next time you see that particular food item, you feel like eating it again. Or if you had a bad experience earlier, then when you see the food item, you feel like not eating that. So swapnaha bhavati asya, this subtle body is related to dream, and vibhakti avastha, and it is different. We all can feel that we are dreaming. When we are dreaming, we can feel that it is somehow different from the waking state. There is a slight difference. You can't feel. Can you feel the difference between sleep and waking state? You can. You can feel the
difference. When we dream, we don't feel that we are different. We don't feel that different.
It seems we are aware.
Yes, that is the real. We feel like it is a real experience.
But is it as real as the waking state?
No, because we don't have any correlation between the incidents.
So there is some difference. There is some difference between waking state and dream state. There is some difference. And in the waking state, if there is no light, can you see?
No.
Why are you all so depressed? Nice, seriously. What has happened? Was the breakfast so bad? What? Huh? So, can you see while you are awake if there is darkness? Can you see?
No.
You can't see. And so you use all kinds of lights. If there is no sunlight in the night, you use all kinds of light. So when you close your eyes and you dream, you see light, right? From where does that light come?
Subconscious mind.
There is a torch. Huh? In subconscious mind there is a torch. Inner light. Where is that inner light?
The subtle body sees that.
Subtle body. Subtle body has got light.
No, it can see. It doesn't have light, but it can see.
Light is illusion.
Light is illusion. No. Albert Einstein is dead. Light is illusion. End of physics, period. So, how? So, that's what it is told in Vedanta. In Upanishads also you will find various statements like that. What is that? That when you close the eyes, what is that which gives you light? So, it is your true personality, that is Atman. Atman, your soul, gives light. So, Swamatra Aseshena Vibhati Yatra. Everything shines by itself. In waking state, if you have to see any object, you need light, right? But in dream state, nothing is needed. Everything shines by itself. Everything is having light by itself. So you don't need any external light. You don't need any torch. Even in night, if you are seeing dream, even in night, I don't know how many of you have seen a dream where you are putting a torch and going. Rarely it happens, very rare. Almost never. Because you think that you don't need light. That is the point. You don't need light. Everything is visible. Even if it is so dark, your mind thinks it is dark, but it is visible anyway. That is dream. So in dream what happens? You don't need light. And in dream, swapne tu, in dream, buddhihi swayameva, or what does it do? Of its own, jagrat kalina nanavidha vasanabhihi. So what does the buddhi do, intellect do? Whatever you have had different vasanas or different impressions in waking state, all those impressions are recollected. Is it correct or not? All impressions are recollected?
No. All impressions are recollected. A few.
A few are recollected. So, has it never happened that in dream you saw something which was something very strange, which you never saw?
Yes. Tiger attacking us.
That is strange. No, tiger attacking you will be strange. But tiger attacking in itself will not be strange. Is the person who is telling, I cannot see the body, is lean or fat?
A few different feelings.
Huh? Lean.
Huh?
Lean. What kind of person is this lean person? Huh?
Just lean or vegetables.
কে বললো টাইগার অ্যাটাক করবে? না না, স্থূলকায় নাকি কিরকম? স্থূলকায় হলে অ্যাটাক করতেও পারে। হ্যাঁ, আমরা যেটা চিন্তা করি যে বাঘ আমাকে খাবে, ও আর খেয়ে দিয়ে কাজ নেই, এত ঘুরে বেড়াচ্ছে, ও ওকে ছেড়ে দিয়ে আপনাকে খাবে। তো যাই হোক, এখানে মহারাজ এখানে কি বাঘ আছে? তো বাঘ কেন এখানে আসবে? না না, ওই হাসিটা ভালো ছিল, বরঞ্চ একটা শিশুর হাসিটা ভালো ছিল। হ্যাঁ, কি বইয়ে পড়েছেন, এই জন্য এখানে এসে সবাই জিম করবেট হয়ে যেতে চায়। হ্যাঁ, মাথায় একটা টুপি, আর যদিও লেখা আছে ছবি তুলবে না, সবাই এরকম দাঁড়িয়ে ওর পিছনেই, ওর সামনেই দাঁড়িয়ে পোজ দেবে ছবি তোলা, কি ওরকম অবস্থা। যাই হোক, তো in dream state you do see some kind of things which are very strange, which you have not seen in the waking state. But what is that? It is just a mixture of whatever you have seen in the waking state. It is a mixture of whatever you have seen when you were awake. And that is what happens. Different kinds of impressions, different kinds of vasana you have got. So this idea of doing adventure is there in everybody's mind, and that is why many people come to Mayavati. We are under no illusion. Nobody comes here for meditation. Very few people come. Almost like this, 1, 2, finish. So all other people come, oh, main pahade jabo. So for that you come, for some adventure. And that adventure spirit is there in the mind. And when you sleep, you have that. So you see all kinds of fearsome objects, some strange objects which never exist, etc. You see. Why? Because you want to fulfill that desire for adventure. That is why you see these things. Suddenly you see yourself falling. That is not because of adventure, that is because of you have inferiority complex or insecurity. People fall, or people start running, or people find themselves naked or half dressed. These are all very common dreams. Almost every one of you would have had this dream at least once in lifetime. Though you may not agree, but it is known that every one of you would have had this half dressed or fully naked dream, or falling from sky at least once in your lifetime. Why? That shows insecurity. In your mind, when there is insecurity, you feel that I am falling to nowhere.
And flying in the sky?
Flying in the sky. Many people fly in the sky. No, flying in the sky is not insecurity. Flying in the sky, you want to be free from problems. That is when you... So dream interpretation is a huge subject in psychology, both in Indian psychology and Western psychology, dream interpretation. And also it is a huge subject in Ayurveda and homeopathy, Unani, Siddha, etc. Where a disease is not treated symptomatically, but it is treated going to the cause of that disease. Allopathy is a symptomatic treatment of a disease. So in these homeopathy, etc., the patient is asked, interviewed about different kinds of dreams, and then according to that medication is prescribed. Anyway, but the point is that you have different kinds of vasanas or desires in the waking state, and that leads to different types of dreams. So, and kartradi bhavam pratipadya rajate, there this shines, the Atman It shines in his own glory, and it takes the role of Karta Adi. It takes the role of a doer. And whatever latent impressions, that is vasanas, are there in your mind, based on that Atma, yatra swayam bhati hi ayam paratma. Your Atma or your soul shines in its own glory. It shines itself. And what happens in dream? Dhimatraka upadihi ashesha shakshi. You see, when we are waking, our Atma is covered by different kinds of dress. So you are wearing so many types of dress, right? Particularly when it is winter, people wear so many coverings to protect them from cold. So similarly, we have, because of ignorance, because of not knowing our true personality, we have put different kinds of coverings on us. What is the covering? Like, I am so and so. I have a name. So I have a name. What is your name? Aritro. So you have a name. And what is your name? So you have another name. And also, now you are young. Afterwards, you will have a visiting card. Okay, in that there will be name. Then there will be mobile phone number. Then there will be email ID. Okay. And maybe when you grow up and have visiting card, you will have also Facebook, Twitter on your visiting card itself. So those things you will have. That is your identity. That is your superimposition. Means you think that you are this particular name. So if you change the name, there will be some confusion, at least for some time. And then you think, you go and stand in front of the mirror and you think that this body is me. I am this body. See, that is why people are so upset when they get wrinkles on the face, because their identity is at stake. So that, and then these are all called upadhi, different kinds of wrong ideas about yourself. We think that I am the qualification. People write their qualification, everything, and in bracket they will also write from where they got this qualification. Particularly doctors, they have this. This is Cal, this is that, this is Canada, etc., etc. They will write, and all these things are different kinds of qualifications. But in dream state, while we are dreaming, there is only our brain which is there as our covering. We don't see the body. In dream, nobody sees, oh, this is who I am going. No, like that we don't see. And even in waking state, we don't see the body. Only when we come in front of the mirror, we see the body. And in dream, it is difficult, very difficult, almost impossible for you to come in front of a mirror and see your reflection. Has anyone seen your reflection in dream? In dream, you cannot take selfie. The worst part of dream is that you cannot take selfie. You see? And you cannot post Facebook like selfie taken in dream. This I was, while taking dream, I took the selfie. That is impossible. So you cannot. So that, why? Because you have only buddhi, only the intellect which is there, and it is asesha shakshi. It is the witness of whatever is happening there. And there is another very beautiful thing in dream. What is that? Na lipyate tat krita karma leshaihi. Karma lesha. All the work what is done, it is not lipyate. Your soul or you, while you are dreaming, you are not affected by anything you do. So I killed somebody in dream. Police is not going to arrest me. Oh sir, we know that on such and such a date you killed this person in dream, and we have this all that equipment, EEG. You know, there is some equipment which can scan your brain. Okay, it's called EEG. Or there is other method also, fMRI, and there are many other methods. So they have neurologically scanned and seen that in your brain you are killing somebody. So now we are arresting you. Like that it will not happen, right? So people will not arrest you for something what you did in your dream, your brain. So like somebody is in love with somebody, so in waking state nothing can happen. In dream you can do so many things. So people are always dreaming. That is why people start dreaming when they fall in love, no? Because they cannot do things in waking state, so they will just dream like that. They will be like this, everything khoya khoya, like that they will be. And tatkrita karma leshahi, no taint of work comes there in dream. And yasmad asangah tata eva karma bihi na lipyate kinchid upadina kritaihi. Any work which is done in dream does not affect the soul. Actually, our soul is beyond everything, beyond any work, ignorance, etc. And there nothing can go. There sun cannot go, there no stars can reach, etc., etc. It is told in the Upanishads. Na tatra bhasyate suryah, na chandra tarakam, etc. There moon does not shine, sun does not shine, and then kutoyam agnihi. So how can fire reach there? So all these things are told in the Upanishads, in our scriptures, to show that soul is not dependent on anything and it is independent. What happens whenever you do some work? You have to have so many things. First, a person should be there who does the work. Second, there are so many things which are necessary to do that work. Karta, karanam. Then you need a place where to do that work. Okay. And then adhisthana. And then you need a conducive surrounding. And then you need daivam chaivatra panchamam. In Gita it comes. So then after all these things, after all these four things, the fifth thing you need is the grace of God. So you are doing some work and again you are trying to do that work and you will see that it doesn't happen. Why? Because the grace of God is not there. Daivam chaivatra panchamam. Daivam means grace of God is not there. In dream you don't need any of these things. Only you are there. You want to eat pizza, ding, pizza has come in front of you. Even before you think it has come. You want to go to London, you are already in London. How nice, no? So that is why you should all sleep a lot. You know that what is one of the crises in India? That people sleep very less. That is why we have so many problems of mental depression, psychological problems, and also problems of obesity, etc. Why? Because people sleep less and less. So you should sleep well. 7 to 8 hours a day you should sleep. So then you can dream also. Suppose something you could not get in waking state, you can dream and you can get. So nothing is necessary. You don't need a material by which you can make some food. You don't need ticket to fly to some place, or you don't need to fly also. You just imagine and you are there. You just imagine that you are meeting the President of United States of America and he is immediately in front of you. It's so easy. So why? Because the dream state has no gross body. In the dream state, there is no external physical body. In the dream state,
we can control our dream.
In the dream state, there is no external body. Okay, we come to that. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.